Okay, well, I haven't done a video in a while, so I guess I'll give you up to date on what's been going on. As you can see, the town is progressing as I expected it would. We got a lot of the Miller Engineer signs up, and some of the streets have been in place. Right now, I've made some changes. Didn't do much over the summer. Been extremely busy with work and stuff around the house, so really not much going on in terms of anything new. I'm not sure if you've seen the upgrades. I've added this switch that you can see here. This is a siding from my passenger station, which I have here. I didn't really plan on it putting this in, but it kind of seemed appropriate with all the passenger trains I've been acquiring lately. As you can see, we've moved along the main line, and I'm still working, as you can see. I've employed the Lionel back shop. That was a gift from a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, who, without his help, this layout would not be possible. So I've actually put it on the layout. It looks very good. And today I'm employing the new Lionel layout control system. As you can see, as the engines are moving along, I have here on my iPad the Lionel layout control system. This is a representation of the first half of the layout, and we're currently running the two trains you see on the layout with the iPad. As the trains roll around, I can basically control the whistle and the bell and direction and speed. And as you can see, I can control the switches by a mere press of the pad. I also have on my layout the Lionel CentraTrack. As you know, Lionel will be employing the CentraTrack for all its legacy engines. Soon you will not receive the modules on your layout, and you will now receive the information via the CentraTrack. That information goes to the Lionel LCS Wi-Fi adapter and LCS serial adapter, and then it represents here right on my iPad. Now I'm currently running two legacy AC6000s in lash-up mode, and of course the Southern Pacific 4449. I can switch between the trains by a mere press of the button, and go back to where I'm at right now. Also, my entire roster is now in my unit. Okay, so my entire roster of legacy and TMCC engines are back in my unit. So I believe that in the future this will be upgraded with some more better software. And as you can see, as the train rolls around, which we're in the process of doing now, I'll get it moving a little quicker. When he crosses the CentraTrack, pictured right there, he will in the process show me the direction and placement of the engine when he goes around the curve here. We'll speed him up. And as you can see, the legacy tells all the information from the locomotive is passed through the CentraTrack into my legacy layout control system. So I hope you find this interesting. Thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you soon. Okay, welcome to another video of my layout. As you can see, we have done some major work on the layout. I've moved a few things around, added a few things like the Greyhound bus station, passenger station, and we've made some rearrangements to the layout. As you can see, it's still a work in progress. Most of the summer I kind of did a lot of work on the house and really didn't have a whole lot of time to spend here. So now that the weather is changing, I can actually come into the train room and get some more work done. Right now, as you can see, we have a lot of the buildings lit up, along with a lot of my Miller Engineer signs. I have over 100 of them, so I have kind of a hard time choosing which ones are going to be on the layout, but I do like them a lot, and I do want to have as many as I can on the layout as possible. As you can see, there is a new line I added to the layout. This switch here, this siding right here, will coincide with the passenger station I have there and the station platform. I felt that with all the long passenger trains I've been acquiring lately, I felt it was necessary to put in some sort of siding where I can store the train, the passenger train, and maybe run something else. As you can see, I am running the Lionel Legacy GS4 4436. I acquired it a few months ago and really love it, but I haven't gotten any cars for it yet, but hopefully in the future that will be changing. Over on the industrial layout, I really haven't done much because my goal was to finish one side first before I started the next side. But in the distance, you see the Lionel back shop. Now, that was a gift given to me by a terrific friend of mine named Sam Geyser. Without his help, this layout wouldn't be here. I certainly would not be living here. And I felt it was a nice place to put it, and it was a nice piece. And it really made me feel good that it was finally going to be used on a layout. Lately, I've been anticipating the Lionel layout control system for some time. And finally, it's come out, and I did employ it on my layout. I started a few weeks ago with the Lionel Sensor Track. Now, the Sensor Track is designed strictly for several features. It has a record button, which allows you to record different sounds, different controls on the layout. You can actually command it to do your engine to do certain things. Also, you have a program button, which gives you several pre-programmed functions: crossing gate, blowing the whistle, arrival, departure, changing the speeds, like that. But its main function on this layout will be twofold. One, because Lionel will no longer be packaging the modules, the little orange modules anymore, with all its legacy engines, it will kind of force you to buy one of these in order to program your legacy remote. Second of all, I employed the Lionel Legacy control system for the iPad. Now, currently, it's only available for the iPad. Many of Lionel people have currently, been out there using it. But now all the components are now available. And if you don't have them, I think it's a great way of playing with your layout in a way that almost like you're a dispatcher, and it brings another level of realism to your layout. You would start basically with the iPad app, and it is free, and you download it, and basically you're going to create your layout. Due to the size of my layout, I had to do it in twofold. I did a west end and an east end. Now we're going to focus basically on the west end because the east end is not completed yet. Basically what you see here is, of course, my version of the layout. It's not perfect, but it's a work in progress. You see your train, your speed, and of course your coupler and your reverse. You also see some miscellaneous functions like horn, bell, on, off, etc. Now, my entire Legacy and TMCC roster is currently in my iPad, and it's a great way of playing with your layout to have a little bit of fun with it. I also employed the Legacy Wi-Fi adapter and the serial adapter, and the serial adapter allows you to use TPCs, and it allows you to use your original Lionel accessory controllers, speak recorders, operating track controllers, and that's what it was meant for. Also, because you must plug your Legacy, the sensor track, into the Legacy. If you just have the one Legacy, you must get an 8, and you have TPCs or any wire controller similar to the 9-pin connector that you see here, which is typical, or you have your ASCs or so forth. You must have the SR2, which you will remove that from the back of the Legacy into the SR2, and you plug the cable from the LCS system into the Legacy base, or TMCC Also, it also sends commands of the train's current location back to the iPad. So there will be approximately about 7 or 8 of these center tracks on my layout. I just wanted everybody to see how far we've gotten. I'm very pleased with it so far. I wish we could have got a little further along, but now that the winter's coming, we'll be moving fast and furious in terms of getting ready for the holidays. I have to replace a lot of ballast and a lot of scenery material and finish the roads, light the buildings. So there's a lot of work to be done, and I hope to bring more to you soon. So enjoy and thank you, and I'll see you soon.